Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Balls Deep.
Welcome.
We had an interesting start to this episode. And, well, actually, before we say that, I will just say if you do hear any pitter-pattering around, that is my wonderful dog, Milo.
He is a cutie pie. He
pie.
is a really good dog. He doesn't misbehave a right lot at all. All he wants to do is play all the time.
Yeah.
And he does calm down if you stop playing. Like, he will just settle down. But you could throw that ball for him at 2 a.m. and he will go flying.
Yeah, literally 24
matter.
hours a day. And he'll just... Like, he'll sometimes have to stop and have a rest, but he'll only do it for a split second.
Yeah.
He gets his breath back and then he's off again.
Yeah, he's got bags of energy. But he's a good boy. You know, a lot of dogs, when they have that much energy, they can get quite irritating if you don't, you're not exercising them, getting them out lots and lots. But there are some days that you just can't do as many walks or be as, keep them on their toes as much. So, but he's good. He's chilling, and I forgot what breed he is.
A Jack Russell.
He's a Jack Russell, if you're wondering.
Yeah, and they have a really bad rep, actually, Jack Russells. People say that they're really yappy, and like my dad always talks about his mum's, like my grandma's dog, Charlie Brown, who's a Jack
That's
Russell.
a great name for a dog.
Yeah, and he...
Isn't that off Snoop Dogg, Charlie Brown? Not Snoop Dogg, Snoopy.
Yeah.
Charlie Brown
was the boy, I think.
is the boy.
Yeah, so funnily enough, the dog was named after the boy.
Right.
But he used to apparently chase the postman and bite the wheels of his bike as he was
Wow.
going away.
Wow. That is not a dog you want.
No. But then they had like a Rottweiler. I think he was called Blitz.
I'm sure that made it easier.
No, but he was dead. He was a big softie. So anyway.
I have... No, I say that as a joke, but I have actually heard Rottweilers are actually quite playful.
Yeah,
and they're
cute.
very... When I've looked into them, they're actually... I always saw them as quite a menacing dog, and whilst they do have the attributes to be a menacing dog, and they're quite good at, well, they're very good at it, I always saw them as that. But when I spoke to people and I researched it, they're actually a really good family dog.
Yeah.
They're very aware of young children as well. They're not like, they don't go out of line with like babies and that, and they're good round young kids, and they're very protective.
Well, this is the thing. I think a lot of the types of dogs that have a reputation for being a quote bad dog are the ones that are fiercely loyal. So like they're very obedient, and they will and that like they are protective, and if they have an owner that trains them to be like violently protective, then they will be, because they're just so loyal.
Exactly.
So no such thing as a bad dog, just a bad owner.
Yeah, I totally agree. And and with the whole breeding thing, the many bad owners before them that have just fucked up the breeds and bred some bizarre hybrid of all these mix, and naturally you might get some dogs that are a bit more, a bit more aggressive, or a bit more, because they've been bred for that. So it's, bad on those owners.
Absolutely. That wasn't how we were intending on starting this episode, but it's always good to talk about dogs because they're great.
I know I've ruined your segue, but I just want to mention something else, which blew my mind.
Yeah.
Dogs are incest.
Oh, sorry, what?
They're incest, aren't they?
What do you mean?
Well, they get paired with the same... I'll be honest, I've lost my train of thought.
Do you mean like inbreeding? Or like...
Yeah, inbreeding is what I'm trying to say, yeah.
Only to the extent that, I guess, two white people or two black people breeding is inbreeding.
Well, that isn't incest.
Well, no, exactly. It's like just because you're of the same variety of a species.
Okay, so is there breeds? Would we translate that in human terms as race?
I would say so. I think that's the closest comparison that I can think of, because like they are dogs, but they're so different though. Like way more different than humans are different.
Yeah, well, that's what blows. Yeah, exactly. That's why it seems more than
like
that.
They have different respiratory systems.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I know that people from different races have different,
but not that different. I mean, they come in. I mean, completely different sizes, which I guess we do, but we don't vary that much in size. Oh, I don't know. Maybe if you really break it down, maybe it is still actually now I think about it, because we do come in different sizes, different colours, different eye, yeah. And that's just, to be fair, I don't know the organs of a dog to say it's one dog has this and that, the other one has this. I just guess they actually probably have all the exact same parts. They're just put together.
Yeah.
Some are just a bit longer and bigger.
Well, so I have a theory, and it's perhaps a controversial one, particularly coming from such an avid dog lover. I think that short-snouted dogs should be considered a different species entirely. So, like pugs, Frenchies, the ones with the squished up noses.
Yeah, the ones that can't breathe.
Yeah, I mean they are like designer dogs, aren't they? They've been bred that way, but I feel like they are so different to like long-nosed dogs. Vaguely resemble a wolf, which is what they have evolved from. But like a pug looks nothing like a wolf.
Doesn't look like anything, does it?
It looks like it ran into a wall.
Yeah, they're just... It's like some mad rich scientist has just made a dog for his daughter.
Yeah.
Like it's just... Yeah, they're...
Like to fit in a handbag, let's squish its nose.
Fit in the handbag, they're just, yeah.
I mean, I love him. Don't like you. So for one of my birthdays, Scott, and it was the best birthday present I've ever received.
I'll take that.
He took me to Revolution in Sheffield, and they had this pop-up event where they all owners of Dachshunds met up basically, and you could just get a ticket to go in and experience lots and lots of Dachshunds, and it was, oh my god, the best day ever. And they had like puppuccino stands, and like you could make an ice cream for the dog, a pop and back, that's what it was called. Thank you, darling. It was so just so cute. Oh, that was it. Yeah, puppuccino bar, and it was like, yeah, just mini ice creams for dogs, and you can get little treat bags to give them. Oh my god, Scott's just brought up the website, and the Grinch visited them. That's so cute. But it's all just owners of these dogs that go, so it's not like they've brought in the dogs especially. They just sell tickets to this event for owners of particular breeds, and Scott bought it for Dachshunds for me. But they, straight after, they had a pug session, and they said we could stay in for that if we wanted. And it was so interesting to see how different Dachshunds and pugs were. Like, so
different.
Dachshunds were full of beans, wanted all the snacks, just, were like a bit like Milo, really, just had all the energy and brought all the fun. And pugs, insta-fabulous. Like, they would sit on these like little sofas that they put out, and they just sit there and pose for pictures. It was like, like they were made for humans. They weren't made to be dogs. They were made for humans.
And I felt they were just a bit more crazed than the other than Dachshunds, because Dachshunds were more like dogs. Like they were running around, barking, but they were stopping a lot more and playing with you and interacting with other dogs. Whereas the pugs was like you've just thrown your kids off at nursery and they're all just running around like, like there's no sense to it. There's no, I'm trying to get to something, go speak to someone, go smell. They're just running for no sense.
Yeah, no purpose.
And they're like, you'll go near them, they'll go, let's stop for us and run off into a wall or something. Like, you're just like, you don't have any knowledge on where you're running to, do you? Like, but they are cute.
Then like, shall I sit here and have my photo taken? Okay.
Yeah, and they'll stop. They'll really listen to you and that you want a photo. Yeah, one had a tutu on.
Yeah. My God, they were so cute.
Yeah,
that was great.
It was full on tutu on. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's well worth it. Popping back, yeah, it's well worth it. It's a funny. I'd
100% do it again, and they
I would. It's a really wholesome start to the day.
Yeah, and I remember them saying as well they only do it with particular breeds, like they wouldn't do it with Jack Russells because they're so mental.
Yeah, to be safe, you've got Jack Russell, because he asked us, didn't he? He said, "Do you think Jack Russells would be good?" And as much as they are kind, and especially your dog would be great as a service dog, just their energy, I think, would be a bit too much.
They'd be jumping on the tables.
They're so athletic.
Yeah.
Milo he can jump up. I mean, I'm 5'11", he can jump up to just below my nipple and my chest. Yeah, so he can jump to pretty much my chest.
He's like a little kangaroo.
It's unbelievable. And he's not a young dog.
No. He's nearly 11. He's in January. I know. I'm slightly concerned of where he's gone as well.
That's a different story, isn't it? Do you want to get into that?
We can get into that. We suspect rodents in the house.
We do.
I'll not say too much more on that because I'm not sure. Hopefully not, but you never know. It definitely is. But
we woke. Well, you woke up before I was here with Scratch, and you know naturally when you hear it first, you think, oh well, I'm sure it's just the house. Then the second time you heard it, I was here, and it within 2 seconds, I was like, yeah, that's rats. It could be mice, but I've experienced rats before, and this was when I was in a student digs, and we're above a butcher's.
Oh, you're definitely gonna get it there.
You're definitely gonna get it there, and it was, we kept the place clean, but the area wasn't too clean. But anyway, but with us, honestly, this rat. I mean, there was a lot of them, but there's one rat that used to always wake us up at night, like right late at night, and it sounded like it was dragging a sack of potatoes across the ceiling, and it would go from my ceiling to my mate's ceiling, and we would both like knock on each other's door. Can you actually hear that? Whereas yours is scratching. Honestly, it sounded like someone was just being dragged. It was. The weight of it was just blowing our mind.
Yeah.
Like when we were trying to figure out, how big is this rat? Because that sounds big. And they can get quite big. I don't think that one's big, but...
Well, and whatever it is stolen an entire loaf of bread.
Yeah, stolen it, yeah.
Like, I had a full loaf of bread. The bread is no longer in the bag, and the bag's ripped to shreds. So, I don't know. That's pretty terrifying to think about.
Yeah, so it's... In my experience, I would say it's a rat. Maybe it's a mouse, but it shocks you how loud they can be for how small they are. It's quite just so... Anyway, but you have a rodent in this house. There's no question.
It's likely.
And they're family. They run in families.
Oh, don't. See, you're going to freak me out. Let's move on from
this. They run in families, and they like... I won't say.
Hoarders.
They like hoarders. There we go. She said it, not me.
Right.
They like hoarders. So this is a wet dream for them.
That is true. Okay.
It was so funny because we were in the supermarket today, and I thought, what mugs are we? Getting more bread. Those rats are sitting back in the roof, just thinking, great. Just seeing them go out. They've gone to the shop. We'll have that later. Thank you very much. What mugs.
Absolutely. Well, we've set some humane traps, so hopefully that will prove fruitful, and I'll check in the morning. But anyhow, what we were meant to start talking about 13 minutes ago was how we started this episode. What did we do, Scott?
Well, it was rather daft, because I was sat downstairs ready to record the episode, and Shelby was sat upstairs ready to record the episode. And then we proceeded to wait for each other until the other person... We both just thought the other person was doing something else. And then finally, after 10 minutes of just waiting in silence, I shouted up to be like, Shelby, you okay? All that is, it's quite quiet.
Yeah.
And she went, yeah, you. I went, yes. Are you ready? She went, yeah, you. I was like, what's going on here?
And then we're doing it up here, or...
we realised, we're in other rooms. And to be fair, it does, maybe for the sake of our listeners, we'll say that we did it in the room you were in, because we have recorded every single one of the episodes on a bed.
Yes.
So this will be the first time we're not recording an episode on a bed.
Oh, that's crazy. Like, literally ever.
Yeah. And we're only a few weeks away from having our anniversary.
Oh, my days. I feel like we should go and record it.
It feels wrong now I've said that, doesn't it?
It does. I can't believe that. Have we never recorded one on your sofa?
No, never. Always been on the bed.
That's mad. Like, even in every hotel.
Every hotel, everywhere.
Airbnb, we've always done it on a bed.
And that's why we've thought about when we eventually have a set, is to have a bed.
Well, I feel like that's what it should be.
I think that's exactly what it should be.
How great would that be?
I think the set should be a bed. We can make a set, just buy a cheap bed, and you can still make it a set. It's just we do it from bed.
Yeah.
We'd still have all the, brand it up and everything, and have a table and that.
Maybe we don't have a set. We just record our bed.
I mean, well, that'd be even easier. It'd be cheaper, but I get quite excited about making a set. But anyway.
Oh, well, it will be exciting. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, so did we enjoy Christmas?
The question is, the listeners want to know is, well, great segue.
The best way to segue is just state the new topic.
Just state the new topic, yeah.
As though I've segued into it.
Excellent. Hopefully by the next episode we'll have learned how to segue just in time for our anniversary. Yeah. The question everyone wants to know is, did Shelby enjoy Christmas? And the reason I say why it's the question everyone wants to know is because Shelby is what's the guy who says humbug? What is
Scrooge?
Shelby is Scrooge.
I am a bit of a Scrooge. Yes, as I stated on a previous episode, I'm not a fan of Christmas. But, drum roll please. Yes, I did enjoy Christmas. I had it with my mum, my sister-in-law, my nephews, my uncle and his partner, and my cousin and his partner, and my dad. And it was very nice. Sorry, Dad, to put him on last on the list, because I was going through all the couples of people that arrived together. But it was wonderful, yeah. My uncle's partner really made some gorgeous food, and went out of her way to make vegan versions of it for me. It was just nice and chill. It was no pressure. It was lovely. Got up at 5 a.m. to watch my nephews open their presents because my brother's a firefighter and he had to go off to work, so they had to get up at the crack of dawn. But it was very nice indeed. Did Scott enjoy his Christmas?
Well, first of all, I'm happy to hear that you enjoyed it, baby. Does that change your opinion on it in the future?
No, probably not, I'm afraid. I think maybe, I don't know. I think if small humans appear for us, and we're doing Christmas as us, and I can start some traditions, or we can start some traditions rather. That was very exclusive, isn't it? I will start the traditions.
So what she's trying to say, if we have a family, then
well, it's because
yeah.
Go on.
No, you say. I don't want to speak for you.
No, I was just going to say that I think, I'd make the traditions because I'd want it to be, special for you as well as the children. Do you know what I mean?
What?
Whatever the traditions that we start, I feel like I'd want to do the surprises and make it special for you as well. Does that make sense? I feel like you're not following me.
No, I'm not following you at all.
With kids, you leave out the wine and the mince pie for Santa. Wait, does everyone leave wine, or is that just my house? I've just realised it's meant to be milk, isn't it?
Well, I know who drinks it, but but no, that is not. Yeah, people put mince pies, carrots out.
Yeah, but what's the drink normally?
Nutmeg.
It's milk, isn't it?
Yeah, milk.
But we always put out red wine.
Give him milk, yeah.
Santa liked a rioja.
It's funny because I know someone else in your family likes a rioja.
But what I mean is those kinds of traditions, when I said I'd do the tradition, I'd want to do things that make Christmas magical for you and potential small humans.
I do know Santa's not real. You know that, right?
What?
It just sounds like you want to do all the special traditions for me, so that I believe that Santa's coming. And in this visual that I'm there with the kids, with my eyes glued to you, oh my God, wow, are we gonna pull this out? Oh my God, the carrot's been eaten. Oh my God.
No, but
even though
and on a slightly serious note, and talking about psychology, how mothers bond with children and how fathers bond with children is very different. Fathers bond with their children through play, and the children feel that bond through play with their fathers. But mothers create that bond through nurturing and caring, and the hugs. That's why kids will often run to mum first for a hug, because that's that's how they form their bonds. And that's not that the kids don't enjoy playing with the mum, and it's not that they don't enjoy being nurtured by the father, but for whatever reason, psychology has shown that that's how the parent-child bonds are formed. Like that the mother forms them through nurturing, and the children feel more loved from the nurture from the mother than they do the play from the mother, and they feel more loved from the play from their father than they do from the nurture from the father. I'm hoping that made sense.
That did make sense, yeah.
Yeah. So
I've not heard of that before.
That's what I mean. I feel like you'd get a lot out of the play aspect of that, and I'd be baking or whatever it is. Very heteronormative.
Very heteronormative. Well, it just sounds like you gotta take the kids and I'll play with them when I want to. I'll knock on the door when I'm free and see if they're in. Just knock at 2 a.m. every day.
Do you want to go to the skate park?
Go to the skate park, yeah.
Got FIFA.
Got FIFA at home, yeah. That's a fantastic piece of learning.
Yeah.
Good insights for everyone that are parents or soon to be parents.
Well, I'd love to know from parents if they've experienced that. So if you are listening, you're a parent, do let us know if you resonate with that.
Yeah, you can comment on wherever you watch this platform or listen. You can comment there. Just drop a little comment for us, and we do read them all.
We appreciate them.
Oh, very much so, and we've been getting quite a few comments on our shorts recently, and I've enjoyed going back and forth with people. I had a good conversation with someone saying that Die Hard was the favourite Christmas film. Controversial, yes. I put to them an argument against it, and I put it forward as an argument that, I'll be honest, I lied a little bit. It was an argument that I put to go against it, but I didn't want to annoy him, so I said, "Oh, this is an interesting argument that I heard at a party recently," or whatever I said, and he agreed. Basically saying if Die Hard is a Christmas film, then all these other action films are Christmas films because they're all so happen on Christmas Day and they've got a Christmas theme, and he agreed that they are. Therefore, in that argument, I would have lost.
Interesting.
Because my argument is saying, well, if this action film is Christmas, then all these are, and then when you show that to people, they feel daft and they go, "Oh, well, no, well, they're not." But this one is, well, wait a minute, your logic is on Christmas Day. But that guy just went, "Yeah, they are," and went, "Oh, fuck." So
that's like the premise is flawed, then, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah.
A logical fallacy that, well, if that is, then this is. Like, well, yeah, that is. So.
Well, he saw it coming from a mile off, and he dealt with me quite quickly in the comments. But we appreciate your comment. But my Christmas was an odd start. We didn't get, for number one, we didn't get through the door till 4 a.m. Christmas Day. And we didn't open our presents till 4 p.m. Christmas Day. That's for two reasons. The first reason is something we do every year. The second reason is something we don't do every year. So the first reason is we do every year because we made a tradition as of the last sort of 6+ years, where as a family we go out and we get pissed in our local. We go to a local town here, we have a laugh, it's great. It's really good fun. Christmas tunes, not on as much as we would have hoped, actually. It's quite funny, when we were on the night out, we were begging for this bar to play Christmas tunes all night. They said, no, it's just an old playlist, barely any on. Finally, they played them towards the end of the night. I'm not joking, within 3 minutes that bar was cleared. Which confuses me, because for me at Christmas, why would you not want to hear Christmas songs? But we felt quite bad, because within 3 minutes we had emptied the bar. So, I don't know. I got kind of angry at that, but what do you think?
Well, I guess it begs the question of, why don't people want to hear the Christmas songs? And perhaps...
because they're young and stupid.
Yeah, well, what I reckon is...
they were young.
The clientele will be child-free, won't they? They don't have to be up for Santa's deliveries, or they don't need to be in bed by midnight. And so maybe they just want to maybe, you know, like myself, maybe they just can't deal with the thought of having to go and have Christmas Day the next day. That sounds harsh.
God,
I love spending time with my family.
Me, that.
But
the fact that you can't enjoy Christmas songs at Christmas. And it's a nightmare for Shelby because you can't listen to a song more than once.
No, it's like literally being prodded or flicked or pinched. You know, it's that sensation of real irritation if a song is on repeat.
So, and we quite quickly learned, because we were telling Alexa all December to play his Christmas songs, we quite quickly learned there's about an hour's worth of Christmas songs. So, you know, it doesn't take long to be hearing the same one 5 times in one day.
Exactly. Just different versions from someone else.
Yeah, so it's... that part I can understand you hate because you don't like that anyway in life, but...
So, what is the second thing then, Scott? What's the second reason why you were in at 4 a.m. and not having opening presents until 4 p.m?
Yeah, so the second reason was because we don't actually want to get home that late. Usually we'll go till the early hours, but not that late. But my sister ordered us a taxi, and she ordered it home, and to get home was only a 20-minute drive. But this drive had already been 30 minutes. So now we're like, oh, this is a bit long. Okay, we'll wait. Now it's 35 minutes. So now I'm saying to myself, what is going on? You know, we should have been known by now. This makes no sense with what's going on. My mum pipes up and go, yeah, this is, you know, ridiculous and all this. But then she recognised the area where we were. She went, oh, yeah, he's gone the long way. I go, long way? This is so long. But then when she said that, I thought, well, at least we're going the right direction. I went back to sleep because I was so tired at this point. Went back to sleep, woke back up. I was like, I'm still in a car. And now it's been like 45 minutes. There's no way it's going to take double the time that it should take. There's no traffic. What is going on? And I didn't really have a window at the back because I was like, it was like a big people carrier. It was like kind of a corner window. But I was just drunk and tired, so I just kept going, I'll just sleep, and we'll appear at home. Anyway, I opened my eyes again, and we're pulling into an estate, which I did not recognise. And that's where my sister did recognise it. But she didn't tell us till we got to the door of the house that we were going to. And she had put her address in instead of ours, my mum's. Now, I don't really want to tell you the locations, but just to make it obvious to how far this was, our journey was supposed to take 20 minutes. Instead, we went an hour, and most of that was in the opposite direction. So now we're not quite an hour 20 away, but just over an hour away now from our house. So we ended up spending over 2 hours in a car and spending £140 for a 20-minute car journey and to get in at 4 a.m. And I refused to pay my sister for that journey. I said, I'll pay for the journey back out, but I'm not paying it to your house. And yeah, so that's why. So there we go. So it was a late start, but that's kind of the plus to not having kids is we all got up. We were barely even up at 12, to be honest. We drank so much. But open presents at 4, 8 dinner at like 8. It was great.
So did you enjoy it having it later in the day?
Not that late. I would rather it a bit early, but it was a nice Christmas. There was no arguments, which is always a positive for families. And it was a nice Christmas. And yeah, there's lots we could discuss on it. But you know, I obviously did quite a special present for my family where basically I converted all the old camcorder tapes. And that allowed us for the first time ever to see live video footage of us as kids, like 4 or 5. I mean, for me, like 5, 6, all the way up to about 12. So it's pretty amazing. Even some relatives on there that have passed away, we got to see them as well. So that was extra special to see that. You know, we didn't have any footage of them. So really, it was wonderful.
You managed to get it and you've got a link, haven't you, that you can...
Yeah, I've got it all on a USB stick, so I've just created a link and shared it with everyone, so they can watch it in their own time. But we watched it together at Christmas. I was a bit nervous. I think everyone was, because we don't remember recording things, and back then they didn't have mobile phones. And I'll leave you to do the thinking.
Worried what Mummy and Daddy might have recorded on there.
That was why. So any time there was the scene started dark, there was a lot of clenched bums.
And that was just on screen.
I was just on screen. So yeah, we were worried, but no, it was all harmless and very fun to watch. And I learned that I was very happy to walk around naked a lot of the time. Very happy to. I was naked a lot. Even at an old, because I know every baby's naked on holiday all the time.
Yeah.
They just walk around naked, don't they? But even at 8, 10, just walk around naked. And my mum was like, yeah, you didn't care. You just walk around naked. I'm like, wow, it's interesting.
Naturist.
I am, yeah, the naturist. There's quite a lot of things I think we realised during watching it. My younger sister always felt she was more quiet and nervous to be involved with things, but she was the loudest person on camera every single time, and was always like, look at me, look at me, look at me, wow, I'm gonna do. And she was a joy to watch. She was kind of taken aback by that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I feel like I'm learning more about myself and watching myself. It was interesting. I didn't realize how much of a shit I was. You can tell I really poked people, I really got on their gears.
Yeah.
And I could see what I was doing. I never remember being like that.
See, I've not watched any of them, so I really look forward to seeing them.
It's 6 hours of content.
Good. Let's download it and watch it on the flight.
It's wild, isn't it? Well, we could do that, yeah. It's wild. Mm-hmm. It's so wild to just have that. So, yeah, it's pretty special. Really easy. I can, if you're wondering, just comment down below. I can give you a direction to the website. I can't remember the name of it right now, but, you want to trust the company with your tape, so I can... And they did it in 7 days. It was pretty impressive.
Brilliant. It's such a thoughtful gift.
Yeah, it made an impact.
I bet it did.
Nice.
You're very good at that, my darling. Well, what a delightful episode.
Delightful.
Dogs and Christmas.
Dogs and Christmas, yeah. It was absolutely delightful.
It was. So we thank you for taking a break from your day to get balls deep with us. Until next time, remember...
Stay ballsy.
Dive deep.
But don't forget your snorkel.
Balls deep.